The last couple of posts I have done have been political. I mean to argue politics, I just wanted to make a point about being patriotic versus jingoistic and letting everyone have a say. But I've gotten several responses, both in the comments and in PMs, that basically say that people like me, liberals apparently, are destroying America. Leaving aside for a moment the issue of being painted into a category I didn't choose for myself, I want to make one thing very clear. Pointing out flaws in America's application of its laws and or in its legislation and policies is not destroying America. So yeah, I've been saying that the United States is in functional violation of the UN Declaration of Human Rights. As a country, we do have some policies meant to bring us in line with the Charter, which is linked at the bottom of the post, but as a society, we're not really doing all that well. Responses that I've gotten to this include number one, yeah, but America is better than other countries. Number two, you want to create a welfare state. You're going to destroy this great nation. And number three, Obama's the devil. You're his minion. And not one person has said, okay, so how do we change this? And that's alright, because I'm not sure I know how to change it. I am sure, however, that nothing will ever get changed if we don't start talking about it. If we aren't aware of what's going on in the world around us, we can't do anything to affect it. So I'm going to deal with the responses I've gotten, and then I'm going to lay it all out how we are in violation of the Charter, and then I'm going to open it up for discussion. So first, yeah, but America is better than other countries. Okay, if that's true, then good. That doesn't mean that it's okay for us to have violations. That's kind of like saying, oh, I got in a fender bender, but that's okay, someone else was in a head-on collision. That's a completely fallacious argument and completely misses the point of this discussion. Regardless of where we fit on the global scale, we are still in violation of the UN Declaration of Human Rights, and that needs to stop. Second, you want to create a welfare state. You're going to destroy this great nation. Okay, so this one personally irritates me. Mainly because I think a lot of people who argue it have probably never had to be on welfare, and so they don't understand. Also, because I'm tired of people saying that everyone who is on welfare is a lazy single mother getting paid to pop out kids. Like, that's just patently false. Let me put a face to this issue for you. Hi, my name is Kai. I'm 22 years old and I have at least two chronic medical conditions for which I cannot and do not receive adequate health care because I'm poor. I have chronic depression and hypoglycemia-induced epilepsy. I also have a third condition, as of yet undiagnosed, that I can't just go to the doctor and receive care for. Now, there is a law in the United States that if someone goes to emergency room, they must be seen regardless of ability to pay. So I guess you could argue that I have access to health care, except that the ER is really supposed to be a one-time thing. I can't go to the ER every time I have a cold. I can't go to the ER every time I have a seizure, and most ER doctors can't or won't prescribe the long-term medications that I need. So I am functionally denied access to health care. And I wish I could say I was unique. But I'm not. I'm every person who is trying to claw their way up. I'm every person in the lower class who doesn't meet SSI disability requirements. I work. No, really, I'm employed, and I'm constantly looking for more work. It's not like I'm just lazily sitting here waiting for the government to take care of me. I have no children, and I need food stamps to make ends meet. So yeah, I'm on welfare, and I'm arguing from a personal basis in terms of arguing for a national health insurance program. Because I'd really, really like to continue working. I'd like to get off food stamps and be making enough to go grocery shopping. And you know what? My story isn't all that uncommon. Welfare, which is access to food, water, and adequate health care, is a fundamental human right. And even when I get rich, if I do get rich, I will be plenty okay with paying taxes to ensure the welfare system continues being able to help out people who need it. It's called morality. It's where you care about people other than yourself. Sure, I think the welfare system gets abused, and I think there are reforms we could institute that would help out with that. But eradicating welfare would literally kill thousands of people who then had no food. If you're okay with that, then you're okay with getting rid of welfare. If you're not, then don't hysterically accuse everyone who supports the idea of social services of destroying the nation. Because that's just not true. Third, Obama is the devil and you're his minion. I just have to give props to this one for creativity. There's no basis here for argument. I just thought it deserved a mention for being able to use the word minion correctly. Except, of course, that I'm not one of the devil's minions. But hey, thanks for playing. This is getting long, so really quickly, here are the sections of the Declaration of Human Rights that we as a society functionally violate. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. Article 23. Section 1. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. Section 2. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Section 3. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity, and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. And number 4. Everyone has the right to form and join trade unions for the protection of his interests. Article 25, Section 1. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Number 2. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. And Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. Section 2. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law, solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. Section 3. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. So, do you think we're in fundamental violation of these articles? How do you think we should change this? And would you guys like to hear my arguments for each one?